Well, hello everyone. I have a very special guest with me today. I have Blakeley here, who has just wrapped up the group coaching program, and I wanted her to come on and just share a little bit of her story and her journey and where she is right now. So, welcome, Blakeley.
Hi.
So, if you could introduce yourself, your age, and where you live.
I'm Blakeley. I'm 16 and I live in Fort Benning, Georgia.
Wonderful. And if you can just kind of share, for everyone that's watching this, kind of where you were before you started my coaching program, kind of just talk about where you're at in your life, what you were struggling with.
Yeah. So basically I was like super depressed, super anxious. I never left my bedroom or the basement in my house. I would go upstairs and get food. That was it. When we went out in public, I never wore I was always in a hoodie or sweatpants. Like I was so insecure with myself that going out in public, sometimes it made me physically sick. And
Mm.
it wasn't like okay for me because my well-being wasn't good at all. um I would have panic attacks like on a daily basis, and I'd go to bed at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd sleep until 1 or 2. And I watched 8 seasons of a TV show in 2 months.
Oh my God.
Like
I
that.
remember you telling me that.
Yeah, that was the sign that I knew it was like, okay, we gotta do something. And then my mom found your she doesn't even know how she found your program. She just found it one day on Facebook and she was like, wait. And then like it kind of clicked in her head, and then she showed it to me and I was like, let's do it, absolutely. Because I could tell in my head that I needed something, because where I was going, we were gonna get me on antidepressants or something, because I wasn't my friends, like I hardly hung out with them. There was only 1 or 2 people that I would hang out with,
Mhm.
and even they noticed that like I was different. Like I wasn't as happy as I used to be.
Did they
That
say anything to you like, hey, Blakely, what's going on with you? Or did you just
Yeah.
kind of feel like
My
it's
best friend, she was like, dude, are you okay? Like multiple times. And I'd always be like, yeah, I'm fine, when she could tell I wasn't.
yeah.
I only hung out with two of my friends, and the other friends kind of just got cut off completely.
Okay. And how long, Blakely, how long was this going on for where
It
you were
was,
feeling this way?
I really want to say it was like 4 or 5 months.
Okay. And at that point, like before you came into my program, were you thinking to yourself, oh my God, nothing's going to help me. It's not going to get better. Or were you hopeful, or where were you at as far as like your spirits?
I was just, for a while, I was content. I was like, this is how it's going to be. Life's going to suck. We're done. Because I just, I think that for me, I went to therapy uh, because I was so anxious when I was in ninth grade.
Okay.
Uh, I went to therapy and it did nothing, because then COVID hit and I was over voice calls. So I
Mhm.
couldn't actually, it wasn't as good for me.
Yeah.
I only went to actual therapy in person one time, and then COVID hit and everything. Um, but I think that I knew nothing was working when I tried, I don't know, even just talking to my friend wasn't working anymore, and that was the one thing that actually did help.
Okay. And then how was your self-esteem at this point in your life?
It was as low as it could possibly get. I've always had like body image issues, like always
Yeah.
too skinny and everything. But this was at its worst. I like refused to wear shorts ever. Like in my house, yeah, because I was alone all day because I'm online. But I was
Yeah.
whenever anyone came over, I was immediately in sweatpants, nothing like tight or anything,
Yeah.
because I was so insecure. And when we went outside, it was like 80 degrees, and I'd still be in sweatpants and hoodies. And people were like, "How are you not dying?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm always cold," because I just never would accept the fact that so I might need a little bit of help.
Absolutely. And kind of if you can share a little bit, like what was that self-talk? What was that voice in your head? Like what was it saying? How bad did it get?
It was it was like almost constant, and it was like, you're too skinny. Like how is any no one's ever gonna like you. Like you're it was just my ego. It was
Yes.
my ego telling me that I wasn't good enough ever.
Yes. And so, okay, so when your mom brought this program to you, what was your initial reaction? Was it, oh yeah, I want to do it? Or was it, mom, I don't want to?
I was kind of like that. I was kind of like, I was like hesitant because first of all, I didn't want to accept the fact that I might need like a little bit of help.
Yes.
And it was that I was content with how my life was because it just was how it'd been, and I was comfortable in that space, and I didn't want to go for anything new. But
Yep.
then I didn't want to tell her that, so I was like, you know what? Okay, yeah, let's do it. As hesitant as I was, but then when I went to the first call, I was like, wow, because my first call happened to be breath work,
Oh,
and I was like, wow, I was like, we did this, and I feel good right now. And I was like, I felt confident for the first time in how many months, and I
yeah.
was really excited about it. So then I really started to get into the work and meditation. That's what like really pulled me out of my, I guess you could call it a funk, but that's what
Yeah.
really pulled me out of it.
Absolutely. So early on, you already felt a shift.
Yeah,
And so were you thinking to yourself, oh, okay, well, might as well keep going with this because this seems like this could work for me, or it is already working for me.
yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. What was the thing that surprised you about the program, or maybe the support that you got, or just anything at all?
I think it was just how easy it was. Like meditation, it's hard sometimes, but it didn't take that long. Like I could just do a 10-minute meditation every morning and I'm like able to function. I'm able to do things and not feel so insecure. And it was even just like tapping. Tapping is so easy. You're literally tapping like random places, or not random places, but you're literally just tapping and your entire well-being is shifted after, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
how simple it was and how I just never found out about it before.
Absolutely. So it kind of opened your eyes to like all of these simple things that you could do. So you don't have to go into a deep, dark depression, or you don't have to go through all of those panic attacks or anxiety. Like there are things like you can actually do to help yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I had found out about being able to do that if I was in the middle of a panic attack. My panic attacks they were about an hour long sometimes. And it was
Before the program.
yeah, before the program. And then I found out about
Hour long.
an hour. Yeah, it was crazy. They were like it was to the point where I couldn't do anything. So even going out in public I'd get like a panic attack. Like it was bad. So I realize now, like my friend, she was able to help me breathe through my first one since the program. But in the program, I've only had two since I've been in the program, which is insane for me.
That's incredible. You
Yeah,
went from Blakely, you went from panic attacks every single day for like they could last for up to an hour to you only had two the entire duration of the program.
yeah,
Wow. That's amazing.
that's what I'm saying.
What is that? How does that make you feel that you've been able to change so much in a relatively short time? I mean, we're talking 12 weeks, we're talking a few short months.
It made me feel proud of myself first of all. Like I
Yes,
did that. I was able to like I had your help of course, but I was able to pull myself out of it when I never would have been able to do it on my own.
absolutely. Absolutely. So if you can just share, like, where are you at now? How are you feeling about yourself? Like, just kind of, if you can share how your life looks now.
Well, now I'm able to function. Like I still am at home all day because of like my online school,
Yeah.
but I hang out with my friends. They've noticed like a shift in me, and my best friend actually asked about the program. And then I told her I'd give her some tips because I don't know if her parents like are gonna do it for her, but I
Yeah.
figured I could at least give her something because
Absolutely.
she's actually really excited because she's almost as bad as I was. And then
Yeah.
able to tell her and like tell people about it. I've told almost all of my friends like look into life coaching, like this literally. And I was like, I was I'm lost now, but I'm able to go out and function and not freak out anymore because I just freaked out over everything.
Yeah, that's huge. And the way that you feel about yourself now?
Now I can look in the mirror and actually believe it if I say like affirmations. I actually believe the affirmations if I say you're pretty. I'll actually believe it now. I never would have believed it before.
Wow. Wow. How does God, it's just like it's night and day from where you were to where
Yeah.
you are now. And to know that like you did it, right? I always say this, it's like I didn't do it for you. I guided you through the whole process, but you were the one that took it seriously. You were the one that wanted to change your life. And it's because of all of that and because of the effort that you put into this that you are where you are now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're so cute. What would you say to any parent that may be watching this, or any girl who might be watching this that's like, thinking about my program, they're on the fence, they're not sure if it's going to work for them. Like what would you say to them?
I'd say do it. My mom, she wasn't hesitant at all. She was like, you know what, this is what she needs. And then when after I did my first session, I was like, this is what I need. And then it was just one session, and I knew like instantly, like your program was the only, like one of the only things that was going to help me get out of this, because
Wow.
nothing else was working.
Yes.
And I think that I don't know, I know I just said this, but if you're hesitant, really just do it. Like it was worth it. Like my mom said to me after one of my old friends, they came and started bashing me and started like harassing me over Instagram. And I stood my ground, and I was like, I'm in a better place now. And like I stood up for myself. And then she said
Yes.
that having you just get out of your funk, the first like was worth everything. But then having you stand up for yourself was, she was like mind blown. She was like, you never would have done that before. She said that having, what's the word, having my self-confidence I have now, she said it was, oh dang it was like, oh man,
You're fine. You're fine. What, like it was worth it, or it
it was
was,
worth it. Like
yeah.
it was a huge shift in my life, and she's like happy that she was able to find this for me, because
Yes.
she was, what's the word, sad for me to see me just down,
Mm-hmm.
not down, but having as much anxiety and everything as I had before.
Absolutely. And for a mom, we can only imagine like how frustrating that was for your mom to see you like that,
Yeah,
right?
she couldn't do anything.
Absolutely. I mean, you had tried the therapy, you were trying all the things, and then nothing was working.
Yeah.
So for her to just be like, okay, we're going to do this, and then for her to see those results quickly,
Yeah.
is everything. It's everything. My last question for you is, like, when you think about your future and what you have ahead of you, how does your future look for you?
For me, oh my gosh, I
You're
just see myself
good.
being happy, because before I was just gonna stay in my basement and in my little comfort hole of anxiety and just live in it. But now I'm gonna be able to go out and do things, because I'm starting
Yeah.
a new school. So uh, she thought I was gonna like freak out, but I see myself like going to there and being confident in myself and not as anxious, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's everything. I'm so proud of you for how much you've grown in such a short amount of time, the effort that you put into this to change your life, and you're still doing it, right? Because after the program, it's not like, oh, you just stopped. So have you, because I know you finished just recently, are
Yeah.
you continuing to like practice what you have learned in the program?
Oh yeah. If I do my morning meditations, I keep it about 10 minutes, because I feel like that's my mind starts to wander so much. 10 minutes is
Yeah,
about all I can do in the mornings.
that's
But I
okay.
feel like I when I feel anxious, and it's definitely not as often as it used to be, I just do some like breathing exercises, and I'm good to go.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it can be really, really helpful for parents who are watching this, or any girls who are watching this that, maybe have lost hope, that don't know if anything is like, if it's ever going to get any better. And so, you are a true testament that we can change our lives, we can turn around our mental health and really create the life that we want to live. So thank you so much for being a part of this and sharing your story. And for any parent who is watching this, if you'd like more information, you can go watch my webinar. It's called Healing the New Medicine for Anxiety and Depression. And if you would like to schedule a call with me, you can do that at briannacolwyn.com/apply. And thank you so much, Blakeley. Love you lots. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Thank you.